All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another Spin That Shit podcast. We have a great guest with us, TD Dubs, Todd Day Wait. He is something special, man. He can tell a good story in a song. He's got a great sound. I've seen him solo now, and I've seen him with the band. He's doing big things. He's out on tour right now, so make sure you go check him out on the road, follow him on social media, and he's got a new record coming soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's kind of a bittersweet episode. This will be the last time I'm filming up here in this little attic studio I made. I'm in the process of moving, so a lot of cool memories up here, a lot of hangouts. So yeah, I'm going to kind of take it all in. I'll show some memorabilia stuff on the wall, maybe. Throw that in there. But for this episode with Todd, went to see him over at Dukes Indy. Great venue, restaurant. It's Indianapolis's like home spot for honky tonk music. And sat down. They had some barbecue, had a nice mixed drink, watched a good show. Then afterwards, we went down in the basement and had a little conversation with what they call the green room, but it's just a basement. Nothing fancy. So yeah, I want to play you a couple live songs from the show, and then we're gonna sit down and talk with Todd and go from there. Thanks for watching.
And my name is Todd Day Wait. We're going to play some tunes for you and hope you guys enjoy it. That only one, buddy? Do that 2511 to start us off with it. I only want a buddy, not a sweetheart. Oh, buddies never make you blue. Our sweethearts, they break vows that are broken, broken like their hearts are broken too. Don't tell me that you love me, say you like me. Love's called mama, bungalow for two. I don't turn down lover's lane. My mama just keep on saying, I only want a buddy, not a girl. What is romance but taking a chance? Lord, mama, I'm sad and blue. I sit and pine, mama, the whole day through. Hey, that's why I am saying Lord to you. I'll tell him good. But what is romance but taking a chance? Lord, mama, I'm sad and blue. I sit and pine, mama, the whole day through. Hey, that's why I'm saying Lord to you. Yes, I only want a buddy, not a sweetheart. Hey, buddies never make you blue. heartbroken too. Yes, don't tell me that you love me. Say you like me. Now love is cold, mama, bungalow 4-2. I don't turn down Lover's Lane. Our mama just to keep on saying, I only want a buddy, not a girl. Oh, I thank you now. Here's a song off this. We recorded a brand new album that's going to come out here soon. And this is a song on it. A few of these next ones are. This one's called Oh, Don't Tell Her. Hope you guys enjoy it. And we appreciate you coming out and enjoying this little evening with us. Oh boy, don't you miss her since she went away? Don't you know every moment I sit alone every day? Why did she go? The good Lord only knows. Nothing I can say that my feelings don't already show. Oh Lord, don't tell her that I love her so. I guess I always wonder, Lord, hey, did you ever know? Just like the sun comes up, the sun must go down, moon must rise. Just like lovers who fall in love, Lord, they're gonna cry. Just like the wheels on a car go round, just like some folks who party downtown. The good times must end for the next ones to go again. Oh Lord, don't tell her that I love her so. I guess I always wonder, Lord, hey, did you ever know? I guess I always wonder, Lord, hey, did you ever know? Hey, well, thank you.
All right, folks, we're here. TDW. How many people call you that?
A few.
Did it say W or W?
I've got TD Dubs, TDW.
Well, we're down here in the green room at the Dukes Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Todd and his boys just got done doing a show.
Mm-hmm.
He's been here multiple times now. Seen you solo with Nick Shoulders, and now I've got to see you with a band, full band.
Oh, yeah.
And great live show. If you guys haven't seen Todd and his crew, he's on tour right now.
I recommend it.
He recommends it. I recommend it. Definitely sounds good. You can't go wrong with pedal steel, by the way.
Oh, Nikolai shreds.
It sounds so sweet.
Yeah. When Nikolai's on a gig, you better... Any gig. He plays with a bunch of people, so...
Yeah. So, I we talked to a lot of people on this show, and I just kind of want your background. That's where I like to start, I've known you now. Mm-hmm. We've talked a little bit, but...
My dad's a fanboy of him and his dad. Side note.
Oh, I see. One of those.
Oh, yeah. I'm from Missouri. Been from there. From Kirksville, Missouri. Grew up in Columbia, though, right in the middle. And got a bunch of good buddies, actually, came out of Missouri in the last decade playing music. And I think about 2009 or 10, I threw everything out. I didn't throw everything out of my house, but put everything I owned on a curb and did the classic it's for sale. Moved out and bought an airport shuttle bus that ran off vegetable oil and took off around the country for about 4 or 5 years.
That's amazing.
And did that and picked up bands and players from random places and did that for years. And played in a duo, like a harmonica and guitar, and then played harmonica, guitar, bass, then added a fiddle, added a steel, added a drummer. Did that for years, and then eventually I settled in New Orleans and lived there for about a decade and moved up to Nashville a little while ago.
Yeah. So you've been everywhere. Quite a bit.
Been a lot of places in the U.S., That's one thing great about the United States. You can see deserts, mountains, oceans, forests, rivers. You can see a lot of stuff.
So, yeah, you're drawing a lot of inspiration from all over to write these songs.
Yeah, that's one thing I think great about anything is there's a lot of musicians and singers and artists all around the country that don't maybe do it professionally, but still do amazing stuff. And I think that's one thing about traveling around. You get to really see actually people doing we might be an electrician on Monday through Friday, or she might be a nurse Monday through Friday or whatever, but they still write great songs and still sing great tunes, and you can find people. And I think music in all arts like a living, breathing thing. You can find that. That's always good.
Yeah. So when you talk about, there's so many ways to go about it, and not me personally. I'm really about. I love lyrical content. How do you go about maybe piecing together a song? Do you start with a guitar, or do you just hook, line, and sinker a lyric that you stash away and kind of add off? Or, what's your process to build a song?
Just a bunch of different ways,
There's no wrong way.
No. I think everything we do is song. It's like cooking food. Some people like something spicy. Some people don't even use pepper. I go into people's houses and be like, "You got anything? You got spices?" They're like, "I'm like, we got salt and pepper." They're like, "No." I'm like, "Don't got salt and pepper at your house."
That don't make sense.
I'm like, I won't go any farther. Let's get takeout.
You don't have salt and pepper. It's pretty bland. I'm saying.
Yeah. No, sometimes it's some line that sounds cool.
Just run with
and
that.
then try to figure it out. Sometimes you find a cool part in the guitar that's fun, something you do that's fun. Add something to it. Or sometimes you sit down for 3 minutes and you write it all in 3 minutes. So
yeah,
they're all a little bit different,
So I made a post a while back, I don't know, month. We were going to do this through a Zoom call, and you had an issue with the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to delay it, which worked out fine because now we're here and show, and in person is always better.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I could, I would always prefer this. But what happened? You had the guitar malfunction, the pickup, or
I think I had these two. I have two of these guitars, and
was it Gibson?
yeah, these are both. I have, this is my main guitar, and then I have one kind of like it that I use, and it didn't work out. I've took it to a guy to get fixed, and it was still making noise. It was my operator error. And then I also forgot that you guys are in a different time zone. That's a tricky thing when you come over to this part of the world. It's like this town. It's like, hold on, let me head 2 hours west and then get in the Eastern time zone. It's like, what? Surely not. That's how it happens.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you're on tour, like I said. Where are you guys heading? Like, what's the plan for like the next few months as far as touring goes?
We got about this little run about 10 days, and we'll kind of do a big triangle between here and Cleveland and Milwaukee and in between. We'll do a Milwaukee, Chicago, dip down a few more dates in Kentucky and Indiana and Illinois, and ends in Cleveland. And then that's the band show. I think every month I'm trying to tour one spot of America this year, so usually the tours are pretty short, but I think after this run, we go to down to Georgia the following weekend. Do Georgia, Macon, Athens, and then Alabama. And then next month, me and my buddy Coleman, who I'm sure you guys know, are doing a little run for about 3 or 4 weeks. We're going up to the Northeast and doing all the northeastern states. And then if everything goes well, I'll go back overseas in July and August, but we'll just see how that goes out. But that's kind of the next shindig.
Yeah. Now tonight you mentioned several times about a record.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was waiting myself. I have the last 45 you put.
Oh
out.
yeah.
And what can you tell us about that? I don't know if all the details have been put out yet there on social media yet.
No. It's a great record. It's finished. We're just waiting to put the tape on it right now. So we've just kind of been in the waiting game, and I'm looking forward to coming out. It's a great tune. We went down to Georgia and recorded it with my good buddy, and we got 10 hot takes of a bunch of some new songs that no one's ever heard, and then a bunch of songs that we've been meaning to cut. And Nikolai's on the steel, and we got drums, bass, guitar, maybe a little piano, and so I think it's gonna sound pretty good. I'm looking forward to coming out. I'm sorry for the delay out there. I've been looking forward to coming out, but the last 2 or 3 years have been a little hopscotch and jumpers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think for everybody. Yeah, I'm excited to hear that. That was the main thing that stuck to me tonight when you mentioned that up there. You can't get enough good music.
Yeah.
You're gonna have that on vinyl as well, or
Yeah, it should come out on all the platforms, and I'll put it on the wax, and that'll be the big format. And I did record that might come out in the meantime. I did record a little. I forgot how many songs, maybe 4 or 5 songs for that Jim's on VHS. They're gonna do a little special thing. Some people have been asking me to get on Spotify for years and the internet, and so I recorded a handful of live tunes with them, and they're gonna put them on that pretty soon.
Oh, that's great.
So that should be coming out relatively soon.
Okay.
It's all wrapped up as well, so that'd be kind of cool. It'd be a little just me doing 4 or 5 tunes with them, and
it's like a live cut.
yeah,
section.
we just turned the microphones and I played a few tunes. And I think it should be good, and that'll come out here shortly, and then hopefully the album will come out. If not this fall, it'll definitely come out next spring. So,
Okay. Good. So I can mark my calendars.
Yeah, I'll play a song off.
Yeah.
Wanna hear a little
Let's
tune?
play one.
I'll do it. what about tomorrow? Do we know if it will come? Does anybody really know? Is that what we're all betting on? That tomorrow's gonna come. Can't turn on our gray skies blue. I don't know. How about you? Little snippet, divot.
Little snippet. Sounds good. I can see you there on the Missouri River doing that one too.
Oh, I like playing on the river quite a bit. That video that Mike shot came down to that. Who's that fella? That spot. Yeah. I was like a teenager and I'd go down there. And at that point, it was just basically this guy owned it as a marina, had a little general store, and they would have people pick outside kind of casually and inside, and they'd have shows down there. And but there's this whole group of just songwriters that just, like I said, all around America, go find these pockets of people that just literally love songs, write songs for fun. And you find them, it's a really cool spot to hang out at. Yeah. And that's what they had going on, and they were extremely welcoming. They'd had me play a few tunes, and I just think any spot like that's pretty special, because I think encouraging people to do things is always better than
it's always
putting people down.
Right. I mean, it's great. Most people in general, I would say, like music. But to find that pocket of people that love music and live it.
And that's people just say, I don't know, it's people, some people love music, they don't particularly play it, but they'll go to shows. They'll drive 10 hours to show, 5 hours to shows, 3 hours. They'll drive to shows to see stuff. It's like part of their life.
That's me.
Yeah, and that is always...
I don't play well, so I really appreciate the guys that do. Like yourself, they can play,
And people that listen to music and they're like, they cry to it, they laugh to it. It's like a part of their life. And that's... I think it's a cool thing about life. You can find people that actually... It's like part of their routine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm messed up if I don't have music. Even at work, every day. I gotta have something on, or I'll lose my mind. Or if I drive, it doesn't matter if it's right around the corner. I gotta find a song to do it to. Oh. And that's just how I operate.
And music's always cool too, because people always attach their sometimes memories get attached to music. Like an event with music is attached to your brain for your whole life. I think that's a cool combo, where it's like certain songs like immediately make me remember something about my childhood or a good friend or someone, and I think that's
there's something to be said about that for sure.
And also it's like art in general. Music's just a format. There's painters everywhere, and there's writers, and there's people like in every pocket of America. Like, it's one thing about it. We have these little pockets of people just doing cool stuff, and then you find them, and all of a sudden, I spend a lot of time out in the woods. This guy does too. And, you know what I'm saying? If you spend a lot of time out in the woods, you realize, like, there's a whole world going on. You can sit in a tree for 5 hours and you're amazed of, like, squirrels over there, birds over here. And for them, it's like their neighborhood. Squirrel wakes up, runs down, gets a little drink of water, finds some nuts, does whatever,
it's routine.
There's a whole world that we never see that for them is totally normal. And I think it's the same thing with, traveling around America. There's a whole pockets that seem normal to someone, but really, in reality, they're extremely special.
Yeah, unique. So where would you say, like, especially early on, say in your childhood or whatnot, where are you drawing inspiration? Who are you listening to? What groups or musicians you like? Songs, that sort of thing.
The first show I ever saw was Willie Nelson's show. I was probably a teenager, maybe like elementary school. I remember I was young enough not to really know what was going on. I forgot how old I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew something was going on, but like we went to it. I remember being like, "It's cool," but like had no frame of reference of like
how
what
cool
was, you know.
Yeah.
I just knew this guy set up my grandma's property meets other few properties, and he at that point was doing a bunch of similar shows, I guess, like it. And I just remember he set up where two highways meet, whole stage, put on a whole show, pulled my grandma up and a few other people up, and like it just I just remember being like, this is odd. Now thinking about it, I think it's a pretty cool thing to do, to basically play a free show. Circa the 90s, I mean, it was a major act in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, top of the world act. To be playing in a rural Missouri off two highways, a show for some local farmer people, I thought that was a really cool thing.
What was it, just like a private show? Or like,
No, it was like a free show to like the county. Like, that's a big thing, part of the farm aid area. Like, he was like really big on like, my grandma had a century farm, and I don't know what the details or how it happened, or I just thought it was really cool.
Right.
And so I've always liked him and what he does, like since I was a little kid. And then I got into obviously like most people, like rock and roll and blues music and stuff like that. And then my grandma played piano. My mom played piano, not professionally, but my grandma had a sister, half sister I think, that played in a vaudeville act, piano. Her and her husband traveled the country. And so my grandma would have these cool songs like Darktown Strutter Ball and like all these cool tunes that I feel like you wouldn't just find in northern Missouri, where it's like, because she would play like stride and rag, and I think that was always a cool and I always had a cool attachment to that stuff, because it just seemed cool. I don't know. Hard to explain something that you just sometimes you just think something's cool. It's like, I don't know, I think that's cool. It's hard to explain, but I just always remember having an attachment to just an older form of music. I didn't really get involved in like the music of my my peers' music in the 90s or 2000s. It was never really that appealing to me.
Right.
I mean, if there were a few bands that stood out there, like that's cool, but like never really got. I had more definitely like attachment to like 60s and 70s, and that led to the 50s, and then that led to the 40s, and that led to the 30s, and that led to the 20s, and then basically that's all for recorded music. But
yeah, I've done the same thing. Just you go down that rabbit hole, and I know you've done cover, like say like somebody like Jimmy Rogers.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, man, he is. You can't say enough about that guy. And he had such a short career.
Oh yeah.
And it's such good music. And how many people even know that name?
Well, that's the same thing. And not just Jimmy Rogers, but there's a whole list of like people even back in the day that just played for. It's just another trade skill. That's how I look at music. I'd say you're doing just like you build a Porsche, you build a memory. You just do it. It's like the same thing as most skill sets. And I think same thing in the 20s and 30s. People were doing something. If you didn't want to work in coal or oil, or if that you're just
right.
I don't know. It's just a choice you make at some point, and all those guys, Jimmy Rogers, are all great. Charlie Poole, all those people from the 20s is an amazing time period. And like, 'cause I always followed people back. I always tell people that's always a good thing to do. If you like someone, find out what they listen to, and then find out what they listen to, and then find out what they listen to, and it's kind of fun to like. And that's how I kind of stumbled on a lot of music, and just keep on going back until there's no more recorded music, and then you can dive into sheet music world, but which is still pretty cool, because a lot of the songs you think about from the 20s were coming from like 1860s to the 1890s. Because it's like there's always that thing. It's like the songs in the 20s and 30s were like called back to that time period. A lot of European tunes done in a cooler format.
Right.
Because in the 20s, and you had like New Orleans and Kansas City, and like
you get that soul
feel
and jazz.
People were just redoing, just modernizing a tune that maybe that might be fucking like kind of lame, like sheet music, like a weird. You know what I'm saying? It's a different era. It was a different era back then. You know, that was what you had to do. And then 1920s though, you could like play. You had more freedom to play or sing how you wanted to. And then you could just change them up a little bit. And I think that's the same thing would happen in the 50s and 60s. They're just changing up style and. I mean.
Plugging in the amps. Then.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. It's like, you know, just changing with the times.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. I don't know. It's hard to say how that music came without recording. I mean, how long did they hold on to those same?
Exactly. It's like, what does this make sense? And then at that point, it's like, I think you could probably change it up. I don't know. I don't think he's going to hold you to a rabbit squirrel combo.
So I had you brought up Coleman earlier, and I said, what's a funny question I could ask your buddy Todd?
Oh.
He said, just ask him what his favorite movie is. We'll give you some crazy long spiel explanation of what his favorite movie is. What?
Favorite movie? I don't know. Top 3 favorite movies would probably be Rocky.
Yep. That's what he said. Then he said he'd tell us why.
No, Rocky's a great movie, man. Same thing. It's like when you learn about Rocky. First of all, just the movie itself is cool. It's a fun little love story, you know. It's like, you know, I think it's so cute when he says, you know, basically, I'm stupid and you're shy. You know, it's a cool line to be like, you know, he says it, you know.
It'll be a song.
It's just it's a nice romantic, cool movie with a little bit of boxing backstory in it. But also, I think that when you get down to it, it's like it's kind of cool how Stallone wrote that story. I mean, it's just. I recommend if you got some time and you got some YouTube to check out that. Just do a Stallone interview about Rocky and how he, you know, wrote it, and he was homeless. You know, I mean, the dog in there in that movie, the dog in the movie, is his dog. He had to sell it because he was so broke.
What? See, I don't know all this.
The turtles in the movie, the turtles in Rocky, he still has.
Turtles live a long time.
I know.
They can live a long time.
Yeah. Note to my roommate: the turtles will live a long time. Inside deal there. If you're watching.
That's the side note.
Side bet. No, I love Rocky. I watch it all the time, and he's got some cool. He tells it pretty coolly about how he did it, and they shot a lot of those parts illegally. You know, a lot of times in the world, I feel like sometimes people do not open the door for you. Sometimes if you want to go make up your mind, walk that way, you might have to open this door. And I think with Stallone, when he shot that movie, obviously I don't know, I wasn't there, but you know, a lot of the shots he just shot with like a guy in a truck with a camera when he's just running. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I just think it's not like it was someone just gave him $100 million and said, "Here's everything you need to do a great film." You know, it's like
you just make him do.
I mean, it seemed like basically it was.
That's what this podcast is.
Yeah.
I'm a one-man band. I got little equipment, and it doesn't matter. If I'm talking to good people that have good content, and that's what it's about. I firmly believe that, like, I mean, it's very important what you do and what your intentions are, you know, and then a lot of stuff's just a side note, you know, when it gets down to it, you know, it's like, if I would hear Muddy Waters play on a 5-gallon bucket, it'd be cool. Muddy Waters should just be like, read his grocery list, kick a bucket, and it would be, in my opinion, super rad. And you'd pay full admission.
I would pay definitely $20.
You'd be there.
To be like, what is he gonna do? Play in a 5-gallon bucket and talk about his groceries? Like, I am in 100%.
I want the pre-sale ticket.
Pre-sale. Is there a T-shirt? I want to get it.
That's right. So what else do you do for fun? That's one thing I like to talk about on this podcast, you know. We want to talk about music,
Yeah.
and that's what it's about. But I want people to know the artist. What do you do for fun, and what's a good evening for you, and
Well, a lot of evenings is just
playing music.
Yeah, I like playing music. So a lot if I'm sitting at home, usually putting records on.
Yeah.
Playing along to some stupid song like 500. I appreciate all my roommates my whole life and significant others I've had, because it's like I can only imagine like the 27th time you've heard the A section to one song to be like, just play the song. But I love playing along to records and learning tunes. That's always fun to do, and all the different genres from the 20s to the 60s, and then like cooking food with my buddies. Usually once a week I'll have friends over, cook a bunch of food, because
You can't go wrong there.
I like cooking.
Yeah.
Frying chicken or barbecuing or making some pasta, and that's always fun. And it's nice to hang out with people, and kind of like in this setting. We're not eating this sandwich here, but I'm going to eat this sandwich later, but it's nice sitting around just talking to people.
Speaking of that,
yeah, please.
Do you mind?
No, please.
Tex-Mex trail mix. I was sitting over there.
Snack of choice.
Great for touring musicians.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta have those on the road.
Non-refrigerated. It's a little note there for, do we need a cooler? No, you don't.
Nope. Not at all.
Maybe you do. But I like cooking food and hanging out with some buddies. Then I'm an avid fisher and hunter. I grew up doing that stuff as a little tiny kid, and I like. I'm excited in Missouri. I think turkey season starts in a few weeks. I'm gonna miss it opening, but when I'm done with this month's show, I'm gonna go down there and go turkey hunting for a few days, and then it's crappie season to go fishing, and then it's bow season
And just
duck
cycle.
season. Yeah, and then basically all summer I like fishing and doing stuff outdoors, because that's always fun. And mainly just.
Do you take time off for, like, say, hunting season? There's some artists that are like, hey, I'm not touring this month. It's the rut. It's deer season. I'm doing that.
Well,
And then I'll come back.
the one thing nice about COVID was it cleared my schedule, and I haven't had that happen in like 10 years of my life. I've been making my living off playing music since like 2009, 2010. So you just got to play all the time, and it's hard to take off 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just hard to be like any job.
Yep.
Hey, some rather attractive men upstairs told me to bring this to you,
Oh.
and that you'd appreciate it.
Well,
So
glad.
apparently they play in a band with you.
Oh, great.
So enjoy.
This is what, apple juice, maybe? Ooh, this is good.
Why did they bring two? What the hell?
Woo! Woo!
Mm-hmm. What was it?
Some from a whiskey, I assume. That's also, you got to worry about when people be saying that. People be offering you whiskey and they give you that Fireball. That is.
I can do it, but I don't like it.
All I'm saying, when you don't know you're drinking Fireball, and you're partying, you're like, yeah, ooh, what's this? Yeah. Ooh. That, Not what I expected. Same with that
I'm
damn.
a whiskey Coke guy.
Same with that damn ouzo and that stuff.
Oh,
Ugh.
Uzo. You know what? Let's just tell a funny story.
Please.
Let's throw it out there.
Yeah.
My wife. Background music. Perfect. At the time, nurse Riley, Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She's done a lot for people, and some of her co-workers and stuff had a Christmas party. And these are professional, legit people. Me, I'm just, I don't even know what I am. I show up to the Christmas party. Well, the owner of the house that we were at insisted that I would drink with him. Everybody else just doing the small talk games, co-work stuff, and starts bringing out the ouzo. And I never had it. I was like, well, I don't want to be a dick, I'll have some drinks with you. Long story short, almost knocked the Christmas tree over. He passed out in the hallway with no shirt on. I puked in the front yard and locked myself in the bathroom. I don't even remember, but This was almost 10 years ago, and I just heard about it last month again from someone else. So yeah, it was one of those nights. It was I'll never forget. But since then, never touched Uzo again.
No. Yeah, that's some of that stuff. First time I was in Italy, when I met my drummer Benji, we were out at some bar, late night bar, and they a grappa. You know what I'm talking about, the grappa out there. Same thing. It's like there's various levels of how strong grappa is. You out here?
Take it off, fellas.
See ya.
Hey, thank you, man.
Is the band still alive up there?
Oh, they're up there. They're just chilling at the bar.
All right, partying.
Thin Lizzy's on loud, so you know.
Oh, they're having a good
We can
time.
hear it.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time.
Heck
Y'all
yeah.
have a good one.
I had someone offered me grappa. Same thing, late night scenario. Usually it's just the late night scenario where you're partying, you're having a good time. You're not expecting to get, I guess. That's the problem for me usually.
Caught you off guard.
Yeah, that darn Uzo, Fireball. One night in Joplin, Missouri, the guy, he offered us to stay at the bar. And we'd stay there all night long. And he had fake Jägermeister
What? That's a thing?
and fake Dr. Pepper.
It's fake. What do you mean?
I mean,
it's
like
fake?
a knockoff. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, like there's Dr. Pepper, but there's really just Dr. Thunder.
The generic
Yeah,
version.
yeah, like
Okay.
but it was like double generic version. I remember being like, this is fucked up. I'm sorry, I can't curse, but
No, you can't.
okay, yeah, it was fucked up. It was.
Did it work though? I mean,
I remember that. I mean, that was a long time ago. I still remember that night. I remember he brought that out. I had to look at it and be like, what is that? Oh, this should be fun.
That's great. Well, man, I like that you're out doing this, and I got the feeling, and I'm sure I'm right on this, that you just love music and you'll do it no matter what, probably till the day you die.
Yeah, it was fun picking.
Yeah. Can't get enough. But before we sign off here, you want to play us one more? I got some live footage for you guys. I did a few songs while you were playing. We'll throw this in here if we haven't already. So, but
Yeah, let's see what we got. I'll do another song off his new album.
okay.
Just like the snow falls after the leaves fall, something will remain. And just like love calls after the heart falls, there's always something that stays. But time will let you know. Time will be the one who shows who stays or goes. 'Cause you can find time and you can lose time, but from time you just can't hide. Time can fly, time can stand still, but from time you just can't lie.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. I appreciate you sitting down with me. We'll see you on the road, I'm sure.
Hey, we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah. Come by the shop, check out some taxidermy, and see what we're up to. And who knows?
Who knows?
Hey, if you haven't known, he's the man. Go check it out on the show, live and tour. He's all over the place right now. And for the next few months, all summer, it sounds like. So
I'll see you out
Check
there
him
in
out.
a town near you.
And what's the name of this new record?
I don't have a name for it yet.
Okay. Undecided.
Might just be Todd Day Wait. Who knows?
Self debut.
Who knows? Maybe I'll think of a good name like
A rabbit gets the squirrel.
Yeah, Rabbit Gets the Squirrel. I don't know if there's any fiddle tune people out there, like this next one is called The Peanut Butter Gets the Squirrel and the Rabbit Gets the Tail.
We'll see you next time.
Ciao.